Hello class, we're about to get started on the Math 20 Personal Finance Project. We have part 1, choosing your job and location for the income. Of the 3 jobs you researched for the Career Goals project, which one is your favorite? I basically told you all just to do a Yahoo or Google search to find a career and also its salary. And since most of you, I'll just start this here. The actual career that I picked was an actuary. Now, so you will list the career here. For number 2, it says, where would you like to live when you have that job? I'm going to pick Florida. Okay, now number 3. What is your expected starting yearly income for your chosen job and state? It's about $95,000 a year to start. It says, using the table below, what percent federal income tax will you pay at your job? And then it asks you to calculate how much money this is per year. So I make $95,000 gross, and that fits here under the 28th percentile. So what you could do is you could circle the percent that your salary will fall under, and then over here you could do the calculations to give me the actual number, because they ask how much would this be for the year. So 28% written as a decimal is 0.28. So now we will multiply this out. Now of course you all will use a calculator. Please use a calculator, because one mistake can mess up the whole project. So let's see. So let's see, we had 2 digits behind the decimal. So my tax for the year would be $26,600. That is my federal tax. Okay, so now, I circle my tax bracket, and I circle how much I would actually have to pay. Are there any questions? Anyone have any questions? Yes.
So, like, for the career part, do we just pick one of ours, or?
You just pick one career. But if you are, because some classes are allowed to do it as a group, you and your partner need to both list your career. And then you would take the average of the salary. Okay. All right. Now, number 5. Use the internet to find the income tax rate for the state you plan to live in. Now, you can use this here for the state income tax or Google. What is the income tax rate for the state you plan to live in? Florida, there's 0%. They don't have state income tax. Okay, now it says calculate the annual state income tax on your expected starting salary is $0. So, now if you stay in a state that has the income tax, you will need to list the percent and then multiply this value by your gross. For example, and I'm just going to write this off to the side. Let's say that the state you picked had an income tax of 3%. So that would take care of this question here. But then say that it says here to calculate the annual state income tax. So I would take my $95,000 and then multiply by the 3%. And then I would get my answer. But since Florida has done, this is what I would end up with here. But if it did have one, you would put your percent here and then a solution to this here. Okay, now we go to the next question. In 2011, the FICA Social Security tax is 4.2%. Now listen, this is an old project. On your project, it's changed to 6.2%, which is the current rate of Social Security and the one you're supposed to use. It says calculate the annual FICA tax on your expected starting salary. Now we go back. Our starting salary is still $95,000. Now we have to multiply by the 6.2%, so it'll be 0.062, and we will multiply this out. And remember again, you are to use a calculator. So now when I add all of this out, this would give me 5, 8, 9, 0, and 3 more zeros. We had 3 digits behind the decimal, so my answer here would be $5,890. Now, one thing I want to tell you is this here. Everyone's income is not going to come out to a whole dollar amount. You do not round. The only time you have to round is if you have 3 digits behind the decimal and you have to make it 2 digits. But aside from that, you write down everything that appears. Now, this is my FICA. It says subtract your taxes from your salary to find your annual income after taxes. So my salary is $95,000. Now, what I would suggest that you do is add up all of your taxes together. So first, go back to the first page. You go back to the first page. Your first tax was the $26,600. So I will write that down. So again, off to the side, I'll write $26,600. And then for those of you that will be in the state that actually charges an income tax, that would be your next tax. And then last but not least will be your FICA. And that turns out to be $5,890. Most of you will have 3 things that you will be adding up, not just 2. So now, I will add this up. So my taxes will be $32,490. So now I need to subtract this from the $95,000. So 10 minus 9 is 1, 9 minus 4 is 5, 4 minus 2 is 2, and 9 minus 3 is 6. So now, this value that's left, this is called your net income. This is actually the income that you take home. So now, we scroll down here. Given the answer for number 7, what will be your monthly income? So you would take your net, which is the $62,510, and then we would divide this by 12. Now, actually, I should have given myself a little bit more room. Then I would add 2 zeros behind the decimal. So 12 goes into 62 5 times. Now, of course, you all will use a calculator. 12 goes into 25 twice. 12 goes into 11 0 times. 12 goes into 110 9 times. We'll bring down one of our zeros. 12 goes into 20 once. So we can go off to the side. And then bring down a 0. 12 goes into 80. Is that 6 times? And then we will have a repeating 6. So our final answer here would be $5,209.17, because remember, we'll keep having 6s, and we only go to 2 decimal places. So now, these are the first 2 pages. This is your monthly income. So now, we scroll down. It says now, part 2, living space. Find your house. The article, Money 101, Lesson 8, Buying a Home, written by CNN.com, gives some advice for determining how much you can afford to spend on a house. This article can be found at, and they have the article here. In tip 3, the article states that as a rule of thumb, most people can afford a house that is 2.5 times gross salary. Now, you can use this no matter what career you have. This is actually the answer for this problem. So really, you don't need to look at the article. You can actually look at it at your leisure. Now it says, using this rule, how much can you afford to spend? So this is what you would need to do. You would need to take $95,000 and multiply it by 2.5. Now, you take out your calculator and take 95,000 and multiply it by 2.5. And that gives you me $237,500. This is how much house I can afford. So once you get this value here, you do not have to spend all of it, but you cannot go over it. So even if you go a penny past it, it's incorrect. You have to have this price or lower. So now it says find a house you want in the area you want to live in using realty websites such as realtor.com that is in your price range. Be sure to attach a printout of the house. The only thing I want as a printout, I just want you to have a printout of the house with the price on it. That's all you need. Now, I'm just going to say that I went to this website and then I found a house, say for exactly $150,000. Let's say that is the cost of the house that I found. It's within my budget. So now it says, why did you choose this house in particular? What features attracted you? What features attracted you? Okay, the reason why I picked this house is because the sun was easy to see. I don't care what you put there, as long as it's something, whatever reason why you bought the house. I don't know. Everybody has their own reasons. So for me, the sun was easy to see. So now you scroll up to number 4. It says find the current interest rate for a standard 30-year mortgage from a bank's website such as 53.com. Now listen, I would tell you this. The website that I found easiest is bankrate.com. And that's a website I think that you should use, but you can use 53.com if you want to. So now, we need to jump on the internet. So I'm going to go to bankrate.com. Now, if you look here on bankrate.com, you can click on here. We have the mortgage rates. I want you to do the 30-year fixed mortgage rate, which is 3.83%. So now you have your rate. So you will put that down here, 3.83%. Now it changes daily. So it may not be 3.83% when you go on there. But this is what I have. Now, it says here, using a website, this amortization website, find your monthly payment on this particular house. Now, this is the reason why I like bankrate.com, is because you could do all of it on this same site. So pull it back up, Bankrate. Now what you could do is this here. You could go to, it should be right here, under mortgages, you could go to mortgage calculator and click on mortgage calculator. Now here, you could type in the amount of your home. My home was $150,000. And the term is a 30-year mortgage. And then the interest rate was 3.83. Let me go back. Let me just be sure. Yes, it was 3.83%. So, let me put that in here. So you'll put in 3.83. You don't change it to a decimal. And then you will start whatever day that you put this in and press calculate. Now it gives you your monthly payments. It's $701.50. So we will add that here. So it's $701.50. Now it tells us next, calculate approximate property taxes of 1% of the value of this home per year. Find the amount of property tax owed per month. So you're supposed to give 2 answers here. 1, the property tax for a year, and how much your monthly payment is.